What'd you get out of this time?
Fall count was great. A lot of learning. I had to work on a lot of things from last season that I had to hone in and continue working on this season and get better every day. That was the goal for fall camp, is to get better every single day and stack days on top of days.
What were some of those things or areas you wanted to focus on?
The biggest thing was really knowing the playbook. I wasn't comfortable with the playbook last year, and that was always the reason. And this year I had to hone in on knowing the playbook, get my assignments down, and be ready to play.
What's the process like of doing that? Does that happen with coaches, or is it something you do on your own? Like, how do you get
I
better?
mean, both. I had to want it. They can't want it more than I do. I had to want it myself. So I had to take that into accountable, and I had to do what I had to do to make it happen.
How do you look back on last year, just how you performed and the role you filled for this team?
I look at it as a lesson, like learning. I had to learn, a lot of learning to do, a lot of growing, growing pains, a lot of bad days, but also a lot of good days. But I couldn't let that impact me. I had to keep getting better every day. And with these coaches, they helped me a lot to understand everything, to calm down, be patient, everything.
What has the competition been like for the cornerback spot? With Corey leaving, there's kind of an opening there in the starting lineup.
I mean, we got some dogs in that room. It really don't matter how it goes. Whoever out there gonna be ready to play, and that's just how it is. We just got a room full of dogs.
What are your biggest strengths? What do you kind of bring to that role?
Me, you just gotta play a role. When you're in a room full of dogs, you gotta play a role. And when you get on the field, you just make plays. That's the name of the game, making plays. So when you get your opportunity, you gotta go with it.
I think ever since you were first brought in here, people have talked about kind of your athleticism, just like speed and just kind of things like that. How do you sort of leverage those skills, or how much of an advantage do you feel like you have in that area?
I mean, I obviously got an advantage because I'm long, but I don't want to rely on my speed, That's why I have to hone in on my technique, because your technique is what's really going to get you to where you need to be, not your speed. But speed also definitely a plus, but really my technique was like the biggest thing, like get the technique right.
What's your relationship like with Nick Fortune?
That's my brother. That's my dog. Like, that man right there helped me a lot. Like, from being at home from Georgia and being up here, it's like, that's like my brother away from home. So, and we've been close. We close on and off the field. Like, love playing with my boy every day. That boy keep me going. He tell me the wrongs that I do. He also tell me the right thing to do. He was one of my biggest influence, like, with the playbook. Like, I sat down with him, like, he gave me his knowledge and took what I had, and I had ran with it.
Did you guys have any kind of relationship before you got here, or did that all just come together?
No, we've been knowing each other before since he was at West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Like,
cool.
yeah, we go back way back.
How did you guys connect at that stage?
One of my dogs I went to high school with went to West Virginia out of high school, and we was always around that high school era. And then when they moved to college, I went to college, so it was never around. Then obviously when he hit the port, I had get my boy here.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What was your recruiting process like?
It was a lot, honestly. My recruiting process was really a learning lesson. Separate the real from the fake, and the real is here, and that's where I'm at.
What happened with Kentucky? It seemed like you were headed there for a long time.
Nothing happened. It just wasn't the right fit for me mentally and physically, and I knew where I needed to be a better person on and off the field.
Did you sort of start to realize that through the process, or was it kind of a last minute thing that it sort of hit you?
I knew UTSA was the spot since day one. They was the spot day one. I was following the hype, and I got caught up in it, and I had to pull myself out of it.
Was there something in particular that you knew this isn't gonna work out, or a moment that it kind of hit you?
The moment that it hit me, honestly, I I just had that feeling. When you have that feeling, you just gotta trust your feeling and just, you know. I just feel like I made the right decision by, coming to UTSA.
How do you set your expectations for this team overall this season? What do you think you guys are capable of?
We taking it game by game, and right now our focus is on Houston, and we just gonna continue working towards that game plan and continue getting better every single day.
Especially in the secondary, you guys have so much depth. Just what is it like being a part of not just that cornerback room, but being around those safeties as well?
Man, it's great being around all the guys. Like, we all learn from each other. We all, pick our brains. Like, we might ask them, hey, how's you good at doing that? How can I add that to my game? Like, vice versa. Like, we just all help each other out when we need it and get better every day.
Zay, how much have you changed from your time last year, like physically on the field?
I got a little bigger.
Yeah.
I got faster, and really it was just my mental part of the game. I had to get my mental toughness strong first before I could step foot on that field.
Yeah, how much of a role did Coach Graham play in that?
Man, a lot. Coach Graham stayed on me like I needed to. Like, he didn't take nothing from me. He demanded, what I need to do, and I had to get it done. And that's what I had to put my pride to the side and get it done.
He played in the league. Does that kind of garner more respect from the guy knowing that from the team that he's been there?
Regardless, Coach Graham got my respect because it's bigger than football. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a relationship outside of football, so like it's bigger than football. Regardless of if you win or not, it really doesn't matter. He's a great man and he know the game. So I like to be around people that genuine love, care for you, but also coach you hard.
Cool.
All right. Good
Thank you,
deal.
Zay.